How do you negotiate successfully? Right? It's an important skill to have and to keep improving, polishing, and developing in your life because it can be handy and helpful in everything you do. Whether you're buying a house, buying a car, negotiating a new position, your salary, your benefits, your bonus, bringing new clients, negotiating contracts, and the list goes on and on and on. Being able to know how to come to a fair agreement that is beneficial to both sides, or more sides if there are 3 or 4 or 5 involved, but it's generally between 2 sides. It's important to be fair, right? You got to start with that. Got to be fair and trustworthy. You can't win by such a wide margin that it doesn't make sense for the other side to do business with you, right? It's got to be a 50-50 thing, maybe 51-49, 55-45. Like, that's acceptable. If you expect to have, 70 or 80% of the upside at every deal, you're not going to go far, right? Most people are going to say, why would I do business with you? If I'm putting in half the effort, half the capital, half the whatever, but I'm getting 30% of the returns and he's getting 70, why would I do business with you, right? So you got to be fair. You got to know how much is good and how much is too much and at what point do you have to stop. So you have to be fair. You have to be trustworthy. Facts absolutely matter. So do whatever you can to educate yourself on everything relevant for the negotiation. On your adversaries, so to speak, on the opposing side or sides, on their competitors, on their products, on their services, on some of their other previous deals that they agreed to, and so on. Where are they now and what kind of financial situation they're in? Is this a very important quarter for them to close in on? I mean, that's a good hint. And so on. Because all of this preparation, right? The one who's prepared wins. All of this preparation provides you a bit of a psychological advantage, right? That you need in these negotiations. Because right? If they've negotiated for the sake of argument, if they've done similar deals for whatever, for $100,000 a year, for 15 other organizations, and now for you, they're trying to have you pay 170, 180, that's just insane, right? That's just not there, and that's not there. And when you have this information, you're educated and you're prepared, you'll have a better position during that deal, during that process. Again, start with a deadline. Agree. So we don't have to agree to everything, but let's make sure that our negotiations end by, boom, pick a date. Puts pressure on, and it provides an end date, something that your guys are all working towards, right? Because if you don't, negotiations can go on forever. Put a date. Again, make sure you have the right people. If it's a massive deal, if they're big deals, always do them in person, face to face. You can do some on the phone, but smaller ones. Massive ones, always in person. Because you want the body language, you want the physical cues, you want the eyes, you want all these other things that you should be able to pick up on and that you can leverage for the benefit of you and your organization. Do it in person. When you do it in person, make sure you have the right people at the table. Get to decision makers. If you are a decision maker on your side, you want someone at equal level on the other side. Because if they gotta go, I gotta go back to my boss or my boss's boss, they're wasting your time, and you do not want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste theirs. Again, work towards agreement. People want certainty. Propose to them, potential ramifications of what could happen of not reaching the deal. Hey, bird in hand versus 2 in bush. That's the approach. I am offering you X and you want Y. Maybe we can find somewhere in the middle, but if we don't have an agreement, the X is off the table by this date, right? And so on. So, again, if you have multiple people, multiple parties negotiating, it's important. Sometimes you can use them and leverage them against each other. You find out who has what needs. Sometimes you have someone who's working with you and they're very driven and motivated to get the most money out of you because that's their commission. They get the percentage of the sale. The larger the sale, the larger percentage, and so on. But if you get their boss or you get somebody else involved who all they really care about is numbers. All they really care about is that they have you now in a new segment or a new industry, which they haven't had in the past. They don't really care about the other person's bonus as much as they care about having another client, right? Long-term versus short-term strategy, decision-making, and focus. So learn as much as you can. Be confident. Always be positive. No need to be rude to people, dismissive, or so on. Be positive. Be confident, but always project that you have options. You always have options. Even if you've been with them for 20 years, that doesn't mean they get an automatic auto renewal. They have to earn it, right? So these are some of the things. This is one of the longer videos I've done in a very long time, but these are some of the things that are very, very important to pay attention to in order to successfully negotiate deals, agreements, arrangements, contracts, partnerships, and so on. Have a wonderful day. I wish you all the best. Share this video with a couple of people you know, with your best friends, those who could learn from becoming better negotiators. And as always, subscribe, comment, and share. Have a wonderful day.